my name is Tom Sawyer. I don't want to be no doctor or no lawyer. Fishing by the river, that's the only place to be. I want to be free sitting under a tree, that's me. These are the stories of Tom Sawyer. Me and Huck been just playing by the river, chasing that steamboat teacher, let me be. I want to be free sitting under a tree. That's me!
Hey, Becky, wait up!
Hurry up!
Well, you don't have to get all out of breath. The boat ain't even there yet.
Oh, don't talk about what you don't know, Tom.
I ain't never heard of a St. Louis riverboat that came in smack dab on time.
I just don't want to be late for meeting my Aunt Katie.
Well, she must be a pretty great aunt to get you so fired up about meeting her.
Actually, she is my mother's aunt and my great aunt.
Nah, I think that makes her your grand aunt.
Well, she might be my great grand aunt.
Reckon they're pretty much the same thing.
Here I am, Mama. I'm sorry I'm late.
I just about given up on you.
Tom made me walk when I wanted to run.
I'm glad
Hey,
to hear
look!
that Tom Sawyer has a little sense in him.
Oh, golly! Where's Aunt Katie?
So, I got it. There you go. She's secure.
Gangplank away! Come on, man. Keep it moving.
Yes,
Keep it
sir. I
moving.
got it.
Look, Mama, there she is over there. Here we are over here, Aunt Katie. Hey! I'm so happy to see you. It's me, Becky.
Becky, you're so grown up, I hardly recognized you.
Hello, Aunt Katie. How was your trip?
It was quite comfortable, thank you, dear. I can't believe what a lovely young lady our little Becky has become.
Well, let's get you home so we can have a nice hot cup of
Let's
tea.
go.
Thank you very much, Becky. I must admit I was worried when I didn't hear from you for so long.
I'm such a poor letter writer.
Hi, Huck.
Who's that old Parsons wife the Thatchers have with them?
That there ain't no Parsons wife. That's Becky's great-grand Aunt Katie, all the way from St. Louis.
Bye!
So long, Becky, Mrs. Thatcher. Sometimes I wish it was like this all year round. But summer vacation can get a little boring.
It ain't all that boring to me.
Well, you're luckier than most kids, Huck. You're on vacation just about every day of the year. Nobody's bossing you and making you go to school.
Yeah, but I don't get 3 square meals a day, neither.
You don't want to get spoiled now, do you?
Every now and then, I think it wouldn't hurt me none to lead a luxury life, living on dainty dishes like steak and potatoes and cherry pie.
Hey, what do you know about all that? You ain't had steak and taters and cherry pie in at least a year.
Oh, yes, I did, Tom, and I've even had some fine French food on occasion. I get the leftovers from the hotel.
Really?
Yep, I'm especially partial to them there creepy Suzettes.
Sorry I'm late, everybody. I went down and met the riverboat this morning.
Well, please try not to be so late for dinner next time.
I tried not to, Mary. I ran as fast as I could.
Tom,
Yeah?
were you down at the river all morning?
Well, no, I hung around town a while.
It's no use lying. You were with Huckleberry Finn, weren't you?
Huck? No, I haven't seen Huck in a couple of days. When I got back from the river, I went and played at Becky Thatcher's house.
I saw you with him.
Oh,
You shouldn't tell lies, young man. It's a little sin, but it leads to bigger ones.
Why, Aunt Polly, I believe you've been spying on me. And then you turn around and pretend like you didn't know what I was doing. That's the next best thing to telling a lie.
Don't take that tone of voice with me. Oh, honestly, Tom, what do you see in that Huckleberry Finn anyway?
Nothing special. He's just my friend.
But he doesn't even go to school, Tom.
Well, shucks. I don't rightly see what reading and writing has to do with being a good friend. Grown-ups just don't like Huck because he lives in a treehouse, but that don't make him a bad person, you know. After all, it ain't Huck's fault his no-good daddy ran off and left him.
That's right. Perhaps we should have more of a spirit of Christian charity towards Huck, don't you think?
I know, but I worry about Tom.
You don't have to. He's a good boy. And so's Huck. Everybody in town is always making fun of poor Huck, but I think it's very courageous to live on his own and fend for himself the way he does without any friends or family to take care of him.
That's how I feel about it, Mary. And I learned a whole lot of real important stuff talking to Huck, like how to get by if I should end up being on my own one day.
Don't worry about that, Tom. I think you can count on me to take good care of you.
I didn't mean it like that, ma'am. I just get along with Huck, and I think he should be allowed to have friends like everybody else. He ain't really a bad sort.
Young man, I think this conversation's gone on long enough. Now let's just say grace and enjoy the fine meal Mary's made for us.
How long will we be having the pleasure of your company, Aunt Kate?
Well, I'd like to arrange a charity function with your local church here, but I won't be imposing on your hospitality for more than a week or so. Becky, would you be willing to perform as my guide and show me around town tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to look at your new school if I could.
Sure. And then you can meet my friend Tom.
I look forward to it.
I think he's the nicest boy in the whole world.
I'll just have me a little extra helping of cake and a little ice cream on the side. Yep.
Now don't let Tom get into any mischief.
I won't.
I should be back by 6.
All right.
Watch your step now, Miss Polly. Here, let me help you up.
Thank you, Jim.
And don't worry about Tom.
I'll never stop worrying about Tom.
Hey, Sid, guess what? Aunt Polly's gone for the whole day.
Hey, you want to read out loud to each other, Tom?
I don't want to be looking at books when I could be going for a swim. Come on, Sid, the water's warm.
Aunt Polly said you weren't supposed to. You're gonna get a licking, Tom.
Hee what Aunt Polly don't know won't hurt her.
Something tells me you're trying to get out of your chores and go swimming.
I am not. Well, actually, I am, but how'd you know that?
Well, let's just call it a case of cousin's intuition.
I never heard of it. Would you let me go if I brung you back a big old bullfrog?
No, your Aunt Polly wants you to stay home.
All right. In that case, I won't be any more trouble to you, Mary. I'll just go clean my room and maybe I'll find a good book to read. Yeah!
Going someplace?
Why, no, Mary, I was
Just climbing out the window so you could go to the swimming hole with Huck. Now you go right back into your room the same way you came out.
Gee, Tom, aren't you going out?
No. Ain't there nothing else to do around here?
Nope. I thought you were going out for a swim.
Well, I was, Sid, but suddenly I heard a strange, deep voice from out of nowhere call my name.
What did it say?
It said, good fortune will surely come to you today if you just stay home and wait for it, Tom.
Phooey.
I bet it was the voice of a heavenly angel, Sid.
Angel. Mary, you mean.
Oh, nuts.
And that's our church over there up on the hill. I go to Sunday school every week.
My, what a lovely church. Let's go together on Sunday, shall we, Becky?
Mm-hmm. I wonder who that is. Aunt Polly, what's she doing out here? Hi there, Aunt Polly. It's me, Becky Thatcher.
Good morning, dear. How are you?
Who is that?
That's my friend Tom's Aunt Polly.
How lovely.
Yeah, she is very nice. Ever since Tom's parents passed away, she takes care of him and his little brother Sid, too.
I hope your friend Tom doesn't miss his parents too terribly.
Not anymore, because Aunt Polly's so nice. She's just like another mother to them. She treats Tom and Sid just like they were her very own two sons. Isn't that wonderful?
Does she? I would love to hear all about the rest of you little playmates, Becky, my dear. Come along.
Where should I start?
Hey, Sid. How do you spell heavenly?
It's Heavenly.
Thanks, Sid. Just want to make sure my diary's spelled right.
You're keeping a diary?
Yep.
You know you're not supposed to write in your diary in the morning.
Really? Why not?
You gotta wait until the nighttime to write in it because you're trying to record all the events that happen to you during the day.
Lots of stuff's already happened today. July 1st. Today my Aunt Polly went away to check the farm, and since it was such a bright and sunny day outside, I thought I'd run off from the house and have myself a swim. At first I was stopped by Mary, and then I was stopped again by the voice of a heavenly angel who told me to wait at home for good fortune to come to me in its own good time. That's what I wrote so far. What do you think of it, Sid?
I think that heavenly angel lied to you.
No, angels would never lie.
Maybe angels don't, but you sure do sometimes.
Tom, can you hear me?
Hey, that's Becky.
Huh?
Well, what do you know? My luck's turned around already. I got me somebody to play with.
Tom, can you hear me? It's me, Becky.
Here I am, Becky, upstairs here. What are you so excited about?
Tom, can I please talk to you in private for a minute? I need your advice.
Whatever's bothering you, it sure got you in a tizzy, don't it?
Uh-huh. It's about Huck. There's been a real big turn of events, and Huck has an awful important decision to make. Well, I know this is all kind of sudden, but my great Aunt Katie wants to meet Huckleberry Finn as soon as possible.
Well, that's real nice of her, but why?
Well, Aunt Katie's got it into her mind that she might want to adopt Huck.
But what if Huck doesn't want to adopt her?
I think he'd like her well enough once he got to know her, Tom. My Aunt Katie's really a good-natured person, and when she heard he was an orphan, her heart went out to him. She says that she would like Huckleberry to be her son.
Huck might be a tad too much trouble for her.
Oh, but he's a good boy at heart. I'm sure Becky's Aunt Katie would like him. I know she'd like him. She's always wanted to have a little boy of her own.
I sure hope they get along. Wouldn't it be great if old Huck finally had a home?
This could be what we've all been praying for. I didn't go straight to Huck myself because I thought you could help me think of a way to put it to him, Tom. After all, we don't want to scare him off.
Maybe Huck don't want a real home.
But don't you think he should at least meet her and decide for himself?
Well, yeah. But what are we gonna do, invite her over to Huck's treehouse for cookies?
Why don't you just go get Huck and bring him over to my house later on this afternoon?
Yeah, but,
I know he's never been there before, but they say there's a first time for everything.
I know how we can fix him up.
How, Tom?
Huck Finn will go just about any place for something real good to eat.
Everybody in town knows that.
Let's ask your mom to bake one of her cherry cakes. And then, leave the rest to Tom.
Getting Huck over there will only be half of the battle, though, Tom. The other half will be making him look like the respectable boy Aunt Katie would want as a son.
Yup. Huck ain't got a very fashionable wardrobe, that's true enough, Mary.
Why don't we start by getting him some new clothes?
Huck? Huck? Are you there? Huck, I want to talk to you.
Who is it?
It's me, Tom, down here.
I was having a wonderful dream. What'd you go and wake me up for?
You've been invited to a party this afternoon, so wake up and get down here.
What kind of party?
It's just a cherry cake party, but it'll be a whole lot of fun.
Well, that there's a downright appealing idea. But I don't have to wear shoes or nothing, do I, Tom? Hey, I got a good idea, Tom. Why don't we just steal the cherry cake, take it back to my place, and have the party up there?
We can't, 'cause Becca's mother has everything all set up already.
Hey, hold on. You never said nothing about going to her place, Tom.
Oh, didn't I?
No, you didn't, and I reckon I ain't quite respectable enough for Judge Thatcher's house.
You don't have to worry about that.
Oh,
I even got me a fine suit of brand new clothes I could let you borrow. Come on.
what? Why in the world would I want to sacrifice my comfort?
Cherry cake?
Ah, jumping Jehoshaphat, Tom. A man has to keep his pride, you know.
Hello there, Huck. How are you today?
Ain't decided yet.
Is everything set and ready to go?
We've got plenty of hot water on the stove.
And how about the lye soap?
Mm-hmm.
What? Say, listen, I don't...
All right, come along with us, Huck.
Just give me a slice of cherry cake and let me take it home.
You'll get your cake in just a little while, Huck. Don't worry.
We'll have to hurry if we're going to get to Becky's house on time, Tom.
It'll take more than you two to get me into a bathtub. Leave me be. I'm not taking no bath.
It's been hard for him. You see, Huck's father was a drunk, and one day he just abandoned the poor little boy.
Then if I decide to take him on, there's no one to complain, is there? I've always wanted to have a son of my own to carry on the family name.
Aunt Katie, it's only fair to warn you that Huck's been on his own for a long time now, and he's an extremely undisciplined boy. I think you should be prepared for that.
My dear, even undisciplined boys have a right to pursue a decent life. I think I can decide for myself whether Huck is suitable or not.
Mom? Hi. Well, we finally found Huck, and he should be coming over for tea and cake in about an hour or so.
I look forward to it.
Can Tom Sawyer come along, too? He's the boy I told you about.
Oh, that would be lovely. That way I can see how Huckleberry behaves when he's around other little boys of his own age.
I'm sorry, Huck. There's just so much dirt to scrub off. Settle down. Is that water ready yet, Tom?
I reckon it's as hot as it's gonna get.
Dad, burn it.
Well, hurry up. We only have 20 minutes to get him dressed and ready. We both have to be over there in half an hour.
Oh, don't scrub so hard. You're taking my skin off. Ow, ow. You got soap in my eyes, Mary.
Just pour it over his head.
No,
It's too hot.
out. You scalded me. I'm freezing.
All right, now, I've got the white shirt. Now you go get the shoes, Tom.
I feel like a hunk of boiled catfish.
Sit down, Huck. We gotta get these shoes on you.
Ow!
There you go.
Mary, if I don't leave this top one unbuttoned, I'm liable to get choked half to death.
No, I'm afraid you'll have to button it all the way up. After all, you are wearing Tom's best necktie. Sit still, Huck. Sit still. Here we go. Don't put your finger in your collar like that, Huck. Don't you know it's bad manners?
I'm sorry, Mary, but I gotta breathe.
Well, there you are, Huck. What do you think?
Who's that silly-looking freak?
It's you.
How much further is it, Tom? These shoes are killing me.
Just a little bit more and you can have yourself all the cherry cake you want.
How am I supposed to eat when I can't even breathe or talk?
You can do it.
No, I can't.
Oh, come on,
And
Huck.
maybe you can tell me how come I gotta wear shoes and a necktie and you don't.
That's the only shoes and necktie I got, so I thought for once I'd just be neighborly and let you wear them.
Well, next time, don't do me no favors.
Now, Caesar, we were invited here today specially by Becky's Aunt Katie for a cherry cake party, so you'd better not try and bite us or you'll get a licking. You got that? Don't worry, Huck. He's just a good old guard dog.
It ain't the guard dog I'm worried about. It's going inside such a fancy big house. I'm scared.
You'll do fine,
Hello.
Huck.
I was just on my way to go looking for you two. Come on in. I want you to meet my Aunt Katie. Mom, Aunt Katie. Well, come on in. They're not gonna bite you. Allow me to introduce my friends Huck and Tom.
Pleased to meet ya.
Oh, I'm so glad you young men could come to visit.
It's nice of you to have us, ma'am. I suppose Becky told you how much we both enjoy cherry cake.
There it is. Yeah.
Let's talk a little before we eat. And you must be poor little Huckleberry Finn. Oh. My dear boy, I'm sure we can get along very well together, Huck.
I think you made a little mistake,
Aunt
ma'am.
Kate, that's Tom. He's
Yeah.
the wrong one.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry, young man. I just assumed. It's just that I wasn't expecting a homeless boy to be quite as well dressed as this handsome fellow is.
Don't worry about it, ma'am. It was an understandable mistake. This here scrubbed up and polished boy is the real Huckleberry Finn.
Let's shake hands. I won't try to hug the breath out of you.
Hello.
Well, now, children, let's sit down together and have some cake, shall we?
Let's. Look
Don't
at
run in the
that.
house, boys.
Boy.
Do you want me to cut the cake, Mama?
No, thank you, Becky dear. I'll be the hostess. I hope you all like sugar in your tea. There you are, Tom.
Dad, blame it.
My, what language.
Well, he hit my hand.
I seem to remember you wanted to talk to Huckleberry.
Yes, you're right, dear. I've heard from my family that you're practically an orphan, Huck.
Well, no, I'm not a real orphan, but my pa's a drunken bum. He's probably passed out in a cornfield someplace right now.
You shouldn't talk that way about your father, Huck.
Aunt Katie, you have to pardon Huck's language. You see, he's never been to school, and sometimes it shows a little.
I see. If you were to stay with me, you could go to school every day, and I'm sure with your quick mind you'd find your studies very interesting.
I hope you like it.
You bet. We will.
Let's have at it.
The school's just a quarter mile from my house, and I'm sure you'd like it very much once you got to know all the other children.
Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them darn schools springing up all over the state like a bunch of weeds. I never saw the point in going, and I never will.
Yum.
Am I right, Tom?
Eat your cake.
Oh, my. You really should start thinking more wisely about your future, Huck. School is very important for a boy your age.
Oh, no, it ain't, ma'am.
But if you want to get anywhere in life, you'd better acquire some self-discipline.
Discipline? What do you care if I got that or not?
Listen to her, Huck.
Well, I care very much about it. After all, I can't have a completely undisciplined little boy running amok around my house now, can I?
Huh? Why am I going to your house?
To live. When you come to live with me in St. Louis, you'll have lots of toys.
Hey, Tom, she must be a lunatic.
No, she ain't, Huck. Just give her a chance.
I really don't think that Huck knows anything about your plan, Aunt Katie.
Well, then I imagine it's a bit of a surprise to him. Huck, I want to adopt you as my only son and heir.
What?
Huck, sit down and shut up.
Did you know about this, Tom?
Well, of course I knew. Aunt Katie's got a lot of money and she lives in a real big house. When she kicks off, you could be a millionaire.
You call yourself a friend? I'm getting out of here, Becky.
Hey, what about your
Wait
cake?
a minute.
Forget the cake.
Well, he certainly has a mind of his own, doesn't he?
As good as I knew Huck, I should have figured he'd take to being adopted about as much as he took to being bathed and scrubbed. Huck! Hey, where the heck are you? Huck! There you are, old pal. I've been looking all over for you. I'm real sorry I played that trick on you, Huck.
This thing is choking me, Tom. Can you undo it?
Sure.
I ain't never gonna forgive you for that as long as I live.
I just wanted you to have a good life.
But I got me a good life right here on the river. Dang, I hate neckties.
Well, I guess the moral to the story is you can lead somebody to a piece of cake, but ain't no way you can force them to eat it.
These are the stories of Tom Sawyer. Me and Huck Finn just playing by the river, chasing that steamboat teacher, let me be. I wanna be free sitting under a tree. That's me!